1998 with my parents. We're a family of 5, so my mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters. And we basically moved because my dad got a job. He works with computers, and he was transferred here. So that's when we moved, back in '98. Not an entrepreneur, but I always wanted to create something new or go on a path that maybe like not everyone walked that path. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I was always like looking for different things and always to be independent in a way. I started in 2001. After graduating from travel and tourism and hospitality management, I started my own travel agency where we used to book trips with groups of realtors to different places in Latin America. And we had that, me and my sister helped me, and then we had that for 5 years. And then later on, that didn't work because of the crisis came in 2006, 2007, 2008. And then something very different came up to my mind. I started to make spadrilles, like alpargatas. So I was like very like looking for things around. I was never like stuck in one thing. I always like to explore. In 2007, when the crisis hit, I started this idea of creating a shoe that was sustainable, that was eco-friendly, and that I could also give something in return. So I started to have this, to build these alpargatas with different styles. And with every purchase, I would plant a tree, and also included a tree seed on the spadrilles, so people could like plant their own tree. So depending where it was shipped in the U.S., a tree native of that area, of that region, would be planted. So that was the basic idea, to have something to give back, something. So in 2014, I got pregnant. I was still working at Jugo Fresh, and a couple of months before giving birth, I decided to have a little time for myself. And that's where I came up with the idea of having like a rotisserie. It's in Argentina, rotisseria, where you have already made food, homemade style most of the time. But there was nothing here for plant-based people. So the idea was to have healthy, clean, homemade style food available for primarily moms that were in that situation, or people that were limited in time or didn't know how to cook, or and like basic things, very easy type of food, easy and ingredients, simple. But still very nutritious and organic, which was the most important part for me. Okay, so the recipes were specifically built in recipes that I used to cook in my house when I was eating meat. So basically these were like family recipes that I just veganized them. So the important part in this, that I was having this information from my either mother or grandmother. So that's why right now in the kitchen we also have grandmothers working, that they know exactly what they're doing, that they don't have to explain, that's why the taste in the food is so unique. Is so homemade style, because actually grandmothers are cooking the food for everyone. Okay, so Plantisserie also is in a way a statement for the type of food we make. Not only because it's homemade style, which is very hard to find in the restaurant scene in Miami, to make food from scratch, slow food. Actually, we're part of slow food movement, where we don't cook things rapidly to serve rapidly to be served right now. So organic and grown, especially locally, it's very important to us as well, because we know where the products come from. And in a way, it's activism to promote local growth, to give, to shine a light into the local producers, and how important is the connection between how we eat and how this reflects into the planet. It's also a matter of animal rights and civil rights and justice for the planet itself. So basically, Plantisserie is also a statement and of the relationship between oneself and the food we are intaking. What surprised us was the diversity of our clientele, that we had. We still have people like very early age coming here, a lot of moms, which I'm very proud of that, because that was my main customers, my main focus on moms that couldn't have the time to make healthy meals for them, for the kids. But also like people, even like people that are not even vegetarians or vegan, that come here and want to have a little bit more of healthy or veggies in their plate. So that was very surprising to me, to have people from all ethnics and all ages, all sex, all everything coming to us. So that's very rewarding. We are all around the city. We actually have distributed our products through beautiful local and some of them are small, or they're a little bigger, but I love these local stores, like under the mango tree on the beach is on 5th and Meridian. They have amazing products. It's all made from scratch as well. Also Love Like Cafe in Wynwood, where they're going to be open in February 1st. They are just opening their new store. Another beautiful place is The Hive. It's a very little tiny local spot where you can get either our empanadas or their delicious food that is also very homemade style. And Panther Coffee. Panther Coffee is a beautiful also chain. They have like 4 or 5 stores where you can also find empanadas and quiches from Plantisserie. We go very often to Earth and Us Farm, Ray's Farm. It's around the corner. They have beautiful produce. They have a beautiful tree house there. You also have a little pet farm where you can see pigs and chickens, and all of the animals are rescue animals from other farms. And actually it's very interesting because there's a school there called Miami Nature School, also Acton Academy, for kids with a very different type of education, more like open and free. It's a 100% child-led education where our kids used to go there. Also another beautiful thing to do with kids is going to the beach. We go to 3rd Street and the ocean, where our friend Jared Bastron, he always is playing the didgeridoo, and we bring our drums and we play the drums all together almost every Sunday at sunset. That's very interesting. Also Jared, he's a musician that heals through music, through sound, and he has a lot of events going on around the city.